Hey, basketball coaches and players, today I am going to be breaking down Isaac Okoro and his offensive game. Now, his defense is what sets him apart from the other players in this year's NBA draft. He does get 0.9 blocks per game, lots of steals, and a very great defensive rating, but his offensive game, he is getting 12.9 points per game in his last year in college with 4 rebounds per game and 2 assists. So even though Isaac Okoro is a killer defender, we also need to look at his offensive game. Really quickly, if you want to see his defensive breakdown, make sure to go check out the card. It should be up there. I've already broken that down. However, what we have here is a nice killer crossover. He hops into that killer crossover. That's going to give him a lot of power and speed going back in this direction, especially when the defender guarding him thinks that he's actually going that way, because as we can see, his left foot is down. You always want to attack that top foot. And then when he does that killer crossover, the defender's down on his heels, which means that you have now beaten him. All you need to do is drive by him. And that's what Isaac Okoro does in this clip. Does a killer crossover, does one more attack dribble after that, goes shoulder first into the defender tries to get out of the way, and then Isaac Okoro is able to strongly get through that defender and get that basket. Now in this next move, he's also able to show off his spin move around the defender, and he's able to finish with an easy finger roll around his defender. Now, why is this possible for Isaac Okoro? Well, he knows how to use his strength. He is a very strong player, and I think that he could be an impact player in his first year in the NBA. So what he does here to really set apart himself from the defender is he uses his butt to make contact with the upper leg of that defender. By doing this, you're able to then move that defender out of the way, get him down onto his heels. He's got nothing else to do, and now Isaac Okoro is able to score without really any defense at all trying to stop him. Now we have Isaac Okoro over here, and now he is attacking the middle of the key. He has a big man who is able to stop him, but instead of driving past his defender, he sees him right there. He notices, hey, I've got a big man. I cannot take it in this direction. I need to go back at my defender. And that's what he does. He does a quick post up into his defender, switches hands, and now what's going to happen is this defender here, he now has to watch out for this man, because if he falls too far down here, this would be an easy pass to number 50. So what he does is he just stands in the middle of the key, watches his man, and in reality, Isaac Okoro is a lot stronger than this defender, and Isaac Okoro, if played at the guard position, if being guarded by a smaller guard, then he is going to be able to eat them alive when it comes to post game, because he's just going to take them down to the post like he does here. And he's also able to read the defense to know that that big man right there has absolutely nothing on him, and he's able to just go up with an easy layup. He is also a very good off-ball movement player and very good off-ball cutter. So what we have here is he is up top. We have a drive on the opposite side. His man goes down to play some help defense, or at least plays help defense too far, trying to guard both players. He really shouldn't be focusing that way. He should really be having his back that way, his front this way, so that he can see both players. But in reality, he made a mistake. Isaac Okoro is able to now see that mistake, cut towards the rim because he has no defenders, and then he's able to finish over top of the defense. Now, if you're a player out here, you've got a player driving on the weak side, whether you're this man or this man, it doesn't matter. What you want to do after both of your defenders in this case turn their back, I'm going to say right now, this man needs to drive down the middle of the key. He needs to sink down towards either the low corner or move up to the free throw line extended. These are the two spots for him, and the only spot for him would be to cut down the middle of the key. This way, if he is closed, which means that this man comes and cuts him off, if he drifts up towards the free throw line extended or pops down, his man is also going to be cutting off this drive, and in reality you're going to get an open basket no matter what. This is why you always want to drive baseline or drive down the middle of the key, or at least in general get paint touches, because that's just going to open up so many opportunities for you to score. Now we have Isaac Okoro playing the high post. It is against a zone defense, and that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this clip. It's not just for the fact of his passing IQ or his passing ability, but it's also for his ability to understand how to play against different defenses. So this may have been part of their play, it may not have been, but he was able to notice that, hey, they're playing against a zone. One of the easiest ways to beat a zone, especially a 2-3 zone as what they're playing right now, is to get that ball into the high post, draw up the middle defender, have somebody in the Russian spot, and then have the quick pass down. And that's what we have here for an easy dunk. And now we see this again, but instead of it being in a forward type of position, he's more in a guard position where now he's attacking the gap. As we can see, this team is playing a 2-3 zone defense, and this man is really far out of his position, but he attacks the gap. This is the gap between these two players. They would both then collapse onto him, which gives him multiple opportunities for him to pass to open players. But also what happens when you attack a gap and get into the key, that draws up their center, which now leaves players along the baseline to be open. Well, this player's not open. He has this guy at least doing something on defense, and he instead just does a nice bounce pass down towards the Russian spot and, of course, gets a dunk. He is also a very good one-on-one or one-on-two transition player. So if he's bringing the ball down, coming downhill full speed, there is not much players can do to stop him from smashing that ball through the rim. This is a very nice move. All he does here is he gets that ball from his right hand to his left, and then he does a quick hop into his left side, which then, this is called a push cross, so at least in most cases this is what you would call a push cross, which means that you hop in, push the ball over, cross over, that gets that defender down onto his heels, and then he goes 1-2 past the defender and finishes with a dunk. Anytime you start coming up on a defender who's on his heels and you know that you're within 2 steps of the basket and you're going full speed, pick up the ball past him, that way he can't hack it away from you, and then slam it, or go in for a layup if you can't slam it. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player, but also for you to understand Isaac Okoro when he's on offense. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time.